What's going on? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Tech Productions. Today, Bancroft once again bring out another deck profile, but not just any deck profile. Today we got the Trunks Mine deck profile, and I know it's been a while since I've actually done a deck profile like this. So we're gonna go a little old school on this one just because I don't have time to work on my computer for stuff. So Trunks and Mine, oh yeah, always buttons, links, check them out. Let's get into it. So on the front side of Trunks and Mine, you activate main, once per turn, discard one sand card or one earthling card from your hand, play up to one green My Future card with energy cost of 1 from your deck, then shuffle your deck afterwards. This deck has a lot of pulling from the drop or pulling from the deck when it comes to the My cards, and then also for other key cards later in the deck, there's a Vegeta that pulls a Goku from those areas as well. So a lot of thinning, a lot of drawing happening with this deck, which is great. When your life is 4 or less, or if you have 3 or more Earthling tokens, you draw one card, switch one of your energies to active mode. Then you add cards from your life to your hand. When you get down and you go down to 6. There we go. Once you've awakened, you now have a permanent that if you have a green sand card in play, all your Earthling tokens gain barrier. So Earthling tokens are very important. It helps you play cards for cheaper costs. And yeah, that's it. Alright, so, and they also give other cards unique autos. When this card attacks, play up to one green My Future card with energy cost of 1 from your deck or drop. Then you shuffle your deck if you look through it. And then additionally, if you and your opponent have a total of 10 or more battle cards, this card gains 10,000 power for turn. So this could be, as long as you're not playing, it's a deck that could just neg the board out very quickly. This is really great because it always puts you at a 10k advantage against most leaders, and if you don't really need the Z energy on the leader attack, boom, it's a 25k. Your opponent has to expend at least 2 to 3 cards to get out of that attack if they don't want to take that damage. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't gain anything cool like double strike or crit, but hey, it's still a 25k card. We're gonna move over to the Z extra card, Z deck first, and then we'll go to deck afterwards. So we're gonna start with the Vegeta Fusion, Fusion in the Future. So this has 2 autos. The first one is if your leader is Vegeta or a green card with both Trunks Future and My Future. When this card is played, you can play up to one Son Goku Fusion in the Future from your deck or drop in rest mode. Then you shuffle your deck if you look through it. Secondary auto is that you remove this card from the game when your Trunks Fusion card with an energy cost of 8 attacks. Your opponent discards 1 card from your hand. This card, I typically when I play this one, I go into the Vegito package instead. I do play 3 of these. I thought about going down 2, but then I realized I'm always for sure using 2 of these in a game, and if this card happens to get counterplayed, I want to make sure I have a third one just kind of go right into it afterwards. So I do that. I thought about bringing this card down. I thought I actually did bring it down to a 1-of because I barely ever play it for a Broly. So ideally, I think I would do a 1-of this card and then play one of the Broly from set 22. But my Earthling support, if your leader is a green card with both Trunks Future and My Future, when this card is played, you can play 1 Earthling token. And then auto, if you have 4 more Earthling tokens, when this card attacks, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, energy cost 3 or less, KO it, and this card gains 11,000 power for its battle. It's a 4k during your opponent's turn, so it's easy to be dealt with. Yes, for 1 energy, 1 Z energy, you're getting yourself another Earthling token in case you need that additional Earthling token to awaken early. But outside that, I never found a purpose to actually play this card. Like I said, I would play as a 1-of just in case I need it, and then play the Broly Z battle card. For the Z extras, we do play 1 Limit Ultra Kamehameha Mighty Blast. It's a just really good one to have. Place 1 of your Z energy in the drop, then remove this card from the game. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards of energy cost of 3 or less, KO it. Then choose one of your opponent's choose one of your cards and gets plus 10,000 power for the battle. Or you can pay 1 energy. If your leader is green and you place 3 of your Z energy to your drop, remove this card from the game. Choose up to 1 card in your opponent's hand, discard it. Choose to one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 5 or less, KO it. Then you choose to one of your cards and it gains 15k for battle. It can be a great card to push for or just a great defense. And the last one is Final Hope Slash. Activate main. If your leader is green card with both Trunks Future and My Future, and your opponent has 4 more energy, and you switch 3 of your Earthling tokens to rest mode. When you remove this card from the game, during the turn, the next time your green Trunks Future card with energy cost of 8 attacks, your opponent can't activate counters. A lot of times I hang on to Limit Ultra Kamehameha first, and then if I play the 8-drop Trunks, this card's cost gets reduced by 1, making it a 1 cost. So you get rid of the Ultra Kamehameha on another attack, and then you pay 1 to play this card after you play the Trunks, and then you activate its effect, so that way the counter can't be done. Going into the deck now, because both the Vegeta and the leader can pull cards from the drop. Freeze the Healing Pod. it's just an additional way of drawing cards. So you swing with the leader, boom, you play the Mai from your drop, you draw 2 cards. If you play the Mai, it draws you 1 card. Yeah, it's really good. Originally, I didn't have this in my deck. I realized it afterwards, so I took out the Piccolo Unisons and put this card instead. And once you establish one, you just draw a card from that point on. Going to the Mai package, we play a 3/3. We play 3 Link of Hope. We play 3 of the Protector of the People. Link of Hope, on play, you draw 1 card, and then the Protector of the People. When this card is played, look up the top 5 cards of your deck. Add the 1 Saiyan or Earthling card, both green and cost 4 or less, to your hand. Then you shuffle your deck afterwards. What's great about this one is that both these cards have an activate main. If your leader is green card with Trunks Future and Mai Future, and you switch this card to rest mode, you play 1 Earthling token. What I like to do is on turn 1, play 1 from the deck, and then tap 1, play the other one, immediately start with 2 Earthling tokens. And that way, on turn 3, if your opponent wants to take out these 2 cards, great. Use the leader's front side ability, pitch a card, play another Mai, boom, Earthling token there, awaken, swing with the Trunks, and then boom, get another Mai. Going into the 4 drops, I originally was playing 2 of the 2-drop Trunks, but I took them out because I just never wanted to play them. So we have 3 of the Trunks Humanity's Hope. So both the Trunks, Goku, and Vegeta cards have the same permanent, where for each of your Earthling tokens, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1, initially making all those cards a 1-cost card, but they all have different autos. So Trunks, limit 1, switch 1 of your Earthling tokens to rest mode. When this card attacks, you draw 1 card, then you use up to 1 Saiyan or Earthling card, both mono green with 5,000 combo power from your drop and combo with skills negate for a turn. It allows you to, you can just, if your Mai gets killed or you pop it by some way, you just combo the Mai, put it in your Z deck, then you spin that Mai right afterwards to play the Vegeta, and then next turn, swing the Trunks again and combo the Mai if you don't play that Mai. We played 2 of the Son Goku Humanity's Hope. This is the Unison hitter. If I'm playing against a deck that needs Unisons, then I would slide in 1 or 2 more Gokus, but switch 1 of your Earthling tokens to rest mode. When this card attacks, draw 1, then choose 1 of your opponent's Unisons and remove 2 cards from it. 2 markers. And then we play 3 of the Vegetas, which switch 1 of your Earthling tokens to rest mode. When the card attacks, you draw 1 as well, but then you can choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards, entry cost 5 or less, and KO it. Early pressure, this card is great because for 1 energy, you're playing this card on turn 2. You swing, if any card your opponent had established, it's gone. That's it. So earlier in the Z deck, I talked about the Vegeta. So the Vegeta, the card he pulls is Son Goku, which when this card is played from your hand, you draw 1 card. But outside that, when this card is played by the skill of a Vegeta fusion in the future, choose up to 1 of your leader cards, and it gets 5,000 power for a turn. So that can initially make your leader a 30k on swing if you have the battle cards for it, which is really good. Once you've established both the, so boom and boom, what's next from here is that you use the Vegeta, which we play 4 of. It has Union Patara. If you have 3 or more energy, it's just a green Vegeta Z battle card and a green Son Goku card. Double Strike deflects, it's hitting the board. Auto, when this card's played, you draw 1 card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, KO it. This card gains barrier until the end of your opponent's turn, so it has its own built-in protection. So it is hitting the board, and then it's giving itself barrier until the end of your opponent's turn, which is great. Activating for 2 green energy. If your leader is green Vegito or a green Trunks Future and Mai Future, and your opponent has 3 more energy, you can play 1 green Vegito card with energy cost of 7 from your hand and activate on top of this card. So once you've kind of gone around circle back to your turn, you swing this card. If it doesn't get removed by any means, you pay 2 energy and you play Vegito. So because it plays it in active mode, yeah, make sure I read that right. So deflect, double strike, and blocker. So once again, this card is hitting the board. But now, you could also pay 3 Union Patara into this card if you want to, but I like the other way. Oh no, with the turn, when this card attacks you to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, KO it. Doesn't specify energy cost. As long as it doesn't have a barrier, you're getting rid of it. Active main. If your opponent has a total of 10, if you and your opponent have a total of 10 or more battle cards, you switch this card to active mode, then your opponent discards 1 card from your hand. So you can either do this to restand this card to protect yourself during your opponent's turn, or it's a dual attack, double strike, 25k. Can't go wrong with that one. We do play 1 surprise attack. It goes with this card. So for each Earthling token, you reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1, making it a 1 cost negate. But you choose up to, sorry, I said negate, but it doesn't actually negate the attack. But you choose up to 1 of your rest mode Vegito cards, switch it to active mode. That card gains 6,000 power for the battle. Then switch the target of that attack to the chosen card. So what's great about this is that your opponent attacks, you do activate this, you resend the Vegito. The attack's coming to the Vegito. Vegito is now a 31k, so if they want to get rid of it, they have to combo out of it. After that attack, you can then choose to block with the Vegito. It would be a 25k at that point, but still it stops 2 attacks. Because the deck draws a ton of cards, I actually only opt to do 2 of the 8-drop Trunks. Like I said, every Mai you're playing is potentially drawing you 2 cards. Every Goku Trunks and Goku Vegeta you play on attack is drawing you a card. So there's a lot of just, like I said, thinning and drawing in this deck. So I feel like 2 is enough. I'm seeing this card the way I need to. So for 2 energy activate main, if your leader is green, you have 3 more energy. You play this card from your hand, and during that turn, the next time you place a Z extra card in your battle area, reduce its cost by 1 green. That's why I said makes this a 1 cost instead. It has an auto when this card attacks. You choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and negate its indestructible and KO it. So it just gets rid of any card. Then we have activate battle once per turn. If you have 4 more energy, switch 3 of your Earthling tokens to rest mode. This card gains 5k and triple strike for the turn. Yeah, and if you happen to activate the Z extra card, like I said, your opponent can't activate counters against this card. So a 35k triple strike that you could just combo up on. For additional pressure on green, we play 2 of the Kaioken Son Gokus, the Furious. It is crit. When this card is played from your hand, your opponent discards 1 card from their hand. You do have activate main to make it give it an additional 10k if you wanted to, but it is for 1 energy plant, 15k crit. Truth be told, I think I would take these out for the cooler cards because, like I said, I meant to put the Broly in this deck and Z deck, and that cooler card is a 20k double strike, pretty much a dual attack that rips 2 cards from opponent's hand. So I think I would trade these out for that one instead. But it is what it is for right now. Super combos, Paragus. Just get the draws, find what you need. Warp a card that's useless at that point. We play 2 of the 8-drop Son Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Son Gohan. It's just a good green card. I mean, I can't say much about it. It gains barrier on its play, and then when it attacks to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier KO it, then your opponent discards 1 card from your hand. For a boss monster like Cell Max, I mean, it's a 40k quad strike. For additional negates, 2 homicidal clones, 1 uneasy and awakening rage, 4 dormants, and like I said earlier, I took out the Piccolos. I did end up putting in SS Bardock's. It serves 2 purposes. I like the Piccolo because it could be initially a dual attack, it could be a 25k, depending on how you do your turns. It always draws you a card, but because I put in the freezes pods, I feel like I'm getting all those draws I need already. So instead, I could play the Mai, activate the Mai's effect to play Earthling token, and then immediately +1 on this card to pop the Mai, make my opponent discard another card from their hand. And then when they want a combo card, I can just hit hit one of their combo cards, and then make them to use more of their own cards from their hand to get those attacks off. And because we are playing use and play 1 charismatic villain, because I mean it's limited to 1, so you can only play 1 of. But hey, when you see it, you pop a 7-drop. But hey, that is Trunks and Mai. Hope you all enjoy. And yeah, look towards the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.